The gacha genre continues to grow year after year, month after month, with dozens, potentially hundreds of new games releasing every single year. The vast majority of them being okay to terrible, a few of them being absolutely standout. But what specifically should you be excited for? Should you be anticipating and playing? That is what we're here today to discuss. 15 games that could change everything for you. Here is my clear, up-to-date breakdown as of June 2026 of gacha games releasing this year and 2027. We're going to list the developer, the combat style, the graphical style, any info on beta tests, and release dates. Before we jump into this video though, did you know I have a brand new gacha review channel just titled Stix Reviews? We also have a Discord community specifically for gacha fanatics. We also have a gacha community over on Reddit. Go ahead, subscribe, and join all of them. Let's begin this with Astrae Oratio. The developer is Dynamis1. This is a studio founded by ex-Blue Archive team members. It is a turn-based gacha game with a strong emphasis on 3D cinematic animations and sequences. It is a subculture gacha game set in an alternate 1889 Tokyo where magic permeates technology and daily life. There's no closed beta test announced yet. There was gameplay footage, however, released on June 2nd, 2026, showcasing combat and cinematics for the very first time. There's also no release date yet. There are teasers released, there is a website available, but that's it. Next, Ananta. This isn't a character gacha, but it is in theory going to have cosmetic gacha, vehicle gacha, thus I'm going to list it here. The developer is Naked Rain. This is a subsidiary of NetEase. It features full action combat with a high degree of interactivity, stamina-free traversal of movement. It utilizes tactics, urban props, terrain, the disarming of enemies, and a lot of creative environmental combat. It is a beautiful anime urban open world game releasing on a PC, PS5, and mobile. There was a demo shown at TGS 2025. I got to play that. It was a ton of fun. There have been test phases held since TGS, none of them publicly. A release date is expected for 2026. I think beta tests are going to be held this year, public ones, and then a full release is going to happen at some point in 2027. Next, we have Azur Promilia. The developer is Manju, the dev team behind Azur Lane. It is a beautiful open world action RPG with creature companions. It has combos, elemental systems. There have been multiple closed betas held thus far. A Chinese test, a Korean test, a Japanese test, nothing global yet. However, it is still in active development. Nexon in Korea listed the game's official release will be in 2026. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know why they'd list it otherwise. Then we have Chasing Kaleidorider, developed by Fizzleglee Studio. It features a 3D strategic high-speed motorcycle style of combat. It uses skill cards, has energy gauges, lane observation. It's a fast-paced action combat system with a degree of strategy as well. Graphically, it's a 3D anime mecha musume style Rider Girls, I believe it's called, referred to, with high fidelity graphics and 60 FPS support. A closed beta test ran in September 2025. Pre-registration is currently open and available. They did just announce a beta test coming globally. I got to play the game at Tokyo Game Show and it was a ton of fun, and I can't wait to play this upcoming beta test as well. As of right now, there is no official release date, but global has been confirmed, and the game in theory should be releasing in 2026 this year. Then we have Honkai Nexus Anima, developed by Hoyoverse. This is a creature collection adventure strategy game focusing on exploration across planes with creatures. The graphical style is pretty traditional Hoyoverse anime with creature collection. Pre-registration is open. There was a small-scale beta test, the Nexus Bond test, that was held around September 2025. This game is still under active development. There is no release window currently, but people are speculating 2027. Then we have the NIKKE Open-World gacha game, also referred to as Project Spirits, formerly referred to as Project Witches. This is developed by Shift Up, the same people that developed NIKKE, and that also developed Stellar Blade. The combat style is confirmed to be an open-world action combat RPG with sci-fi urban themes, expanding on NIKKE's shooter roots into more broader action gameplay. This right here is actually probably one of my most, if not my most anticipated gacha game, because it's going to have NIKKE's style of characters, or Stellar Blade style of characters, with a type of third-person and first-person shooting and action as well in a world style we do not have. And with the potential that shift up as a studio brings with it. I mean, this is untapped right now and could go down as one of the biggest releases of 2027, in my opinion. This is confirmed to be a full, large, open world game. There has been no beta test up until this point. It is still in active development. There is no release date confirmed either, unfortunately, other than, and this was revealed back when the game itself was revealed, 2027. They stated publicly that they are targeting a global release in 2027. Not China, not Korea, globally. Next, Project 2/3 Utopia, developed by Diversity Game Studio. It is a full open world action RPG. It features a beautiful anime aesthetic. Players wander through time and various different dimensions. Pre-registration was open. There is very limited info on public tests. The developers themselves have been quiet for a while. I think about a year or two ever since the game was announced. Thus, by extension, there is absolutely no release date, not even speculated at this juncture. It's been 2 years since they've discussed it, since they've revealed anything. While I'm still very excited, I'm also a little bit cautious here because the game might ultimately not even release at this juncture. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Then we have Project Nami, developed by Kudo Games. These are the people behind Wuthering Waves, Punishing Gray Raven. It is an action RPG with multiplayer elements. Some rumors are saying that this is going to be an MMORPG. Others are saying it's going to be an ARPG. Others are saying that it's going to have a type of PvP present. It is being built in Unreal Engine 5. It is going to have high quality 3D anime graphics with potentially even better action combat than Wuthering Waves. There is still very limited public information at present. They have been hiring. They are developing the game. People were speculating that the game would release in 2026, but WoWA is only 2 years old at this juncture, and the game is still in early to mid development until 2027 for beta test would be more accurate, with a release date at some point late 2027 or more aptly at some juncture in 2028. Project RX is developed by Nexus. It is a subculture isekai style RPG with life sim elements, with, you know, spending time with anime girls in ordinary scenarios like walking, watching movies. It is a full 3D anime game. There have been teaser trailers released, there have been information, complete devlogs released, but there are no major closed beta test details at present. There is also no confirmed release date at present. It is confirmed, however, to be releasing onto console, PC, and mobile. This is actually unexpected, given Nexon's other gacha games like Blue Archive weren't available on console, and I think most of gacha games weren't even available on PC. Then we have Rewinding Cadence, developed by Star Oasis Studios. This is the gacha game that people are saying could potentially rival Wuthering Waves. It is an open-world ARPG featuring spirit companions that can be leveled and used in combat. It features beautiful anime-style 3D graphics. There was a technical test, I believe, under NDA that was held on PC in late February 2026, with more happening in March, April 2026 in China. Nothing has happened globally yet. I think it'd be more accurate to assume the game would release at some point in 2027 or 2028. Then we have Silver Palace, developed by Silver Studio, a subsidiary of Happy Elements. It is a real-time action combat game with a dynamic action-oriented system in a Victorian open-world setting. This game is absolutely beautiful. It's being built on Unreal Engine 5. It is also very parry-heavy. Closed beta tests have been conducted up until this point. I got invited to the most recent one. I think it might have actually been the first closed beta. This was global. There were gameplay trailers uploaded. Pre-registration is open. This genuinely was a ton of fun to play. This is probably one of the more fun gacha games that I've played in a while in terms of the fluidity of the combat and just the beauty of the world. There is no confirmed release date yet, but I'd speculate, honestly, probably 2027, given how complete the game already felt. Then we have Suikoden Starleap. This is actually a favorite of mine, like genuinely also one of my most anticipated upcoming gacha games, because I love Suikoden 1, I love Suikoden 2. Wasn't really a fan of 3, 4, or 5. I also loved the Ayuden Chronicle game that was released recently that was done by the original developer of Suikoden 1 and 2. This is developed by Konami. It is essentially a JRPG. It has traditional turn-based combat. The gacha is character-focused. You also get the entire 108 Stars of Destiny, 108 recruitable characters without gacha. The gacha is for additional characters. It features beautiful, high-quality graphics that are pretty standard for the Suikoden franchise. I don't believe there are any beta tests being held currently or in the immediate future. Unfortunately, I have not seen a release date for the game yet. People were speculating 2026, but I mean, we're halfway through the year and still nothing. Then we have Varsapura, developed by Hoyoverse. This has flashy action combat where you investigate various different entities, disruption events. It is fully open world with kind of psychological thriller horror tones. It is built on Unreal Engine 5, which is a first for Hoyoverse. There was a 31-minute gameplay demo released in November 2025. Closed beta test was open. Unfortunately, I do not believe any have been held yet. There's also no confirmed release date right now. They are working on this, Honkai Nexus Anima and Petite Planet. Honkai Nexus Anima and Petite Planet have both had test phases. This one has not. So if both the aforementioned games release in 2026 or 2027, this one's probably going to release after that. Then we have Wang Yue. This is probably the main competitor to Ananta or Neverness to Everness, developed by Guangzhou Shioa Network Technology. It is a full urban open world action RPG where you essentially create vehicles, anything you want out of anything available to you out in the world. There have been multiple test phases held thus far. There's also another test being held in June 2026. The release date has not been confirmed. It is coming on PC, iOS, Android. They did confirm console at some point later. There's no global release date yet. There's also no Chinese release date yet. And then finally, Xunjing The Realm, developed by Reflective Fox Studio. It is a high-freedom, open-world, third-person shooter with action combat and fantasy-themed adventure and shooting and exploration. It honestly kind of looks and feels a lot like Nier Automata. There have been multiple trailers released. Pre-registration is open and available. Unfortunately, there have been no test phases held yet. People did think the game was going to release in 2025, but it didn't. They're still developing the game in 2026. I wouldn't anticipate it releasing this year. I'd speculate 2027 at the earliest. And those are the gacha games that are releasing 15 that cover various different types. We have open world, we have instance, we have semi-open world and segregated, we have action combat, turn-based combat, first-person shooter, third-person shooter, strategy, everything. Hopefully, there's something in this list that appeals to you. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.